Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.
Boxing King Media in association with ES Sports World Cup. Dillian, Whyte, pleasure speaking to you. I don't get the pleasure of getting to interview you very often. So how are you first of all?
Can I get one of these ring t-shirts?
Any particular fight you want? I think I've got Pacquiao on my back. I'll try and get you one.
I don't mind, bro. I just like them. I like the style.
They've got Pacquiao, Duran, Roy Jones.
Marvin Hagler.
They haven't got Hagler yet, no.
Okay, I'll take Roy Jones then.
I'll work on that. I'll get you that this week. Let's talk about your age. Everyone's going on about your age, but I've been looking at some of the top fighters in the world right now, and guess what? They're about your sort of age. So what's everyone going on about?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a little old man, just here, just plodding along. I don't know. 37 is not old, but they say I'm old. So, bro, these people, you know, these people. I look younger than some guys. Some of these young guys look younger than him. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it ain't black don't crack. I just try and take care of myself, bro. Some people say black smoke crack, but you know, I just I just try and take care of myself, bro. That's it, man.
Yeah. Well, I was looking into your history. I'm not going to talk about Moses too much because you're probably going to do that 100 times today. But I was reading a little bit about your background. I think you're the kind of guy that could be put in any situation, you'll find a way to survive. Because I was reading about you bloody not eating food for 2-3 days, selling Fanta bottles to make money, some mad shit. So what kind of life lessons did you learn from like living in that sort of environment to relate to boxing?
You gotta be extremely stubborn, extremely resilient, and forget what people say or think, and just be a bull, man. You gotta be a bull and just charge forward regardless. Sometimes you don't know what's going to happen or the risk or what's there. You have to just charge forward sometimes. Sometimes a lot of people like to play it safe and plan and analyze and such. Sometimes you have to just say, you know what, El Toro Negro, and just charge forward. Just charge forward and see what happens, and just be stubborn, believe in yourself, believe in God, and have a good family, you know. And you know, thankfully God's always been good to me and been there for me, you know what I mean? And you know, I got a lot of people that pray for me, you know, and stuff. So yeah, it's always been helping me a lot.
I hope you don't mind me bringing that up, that period of your life where you said you didn't eat for a few days, because it's quite relevant to what's happening in the world right now where people aren't eating, and you kind of experienced that. I think you was quoted as saying the worst experience or the worst pain you've ever had was hunger. So if you could describe that.
You know, it's undescribable. You know, how do you describe hunger to someone? You know, we have a different, us that live in the Western world have a different concept of hunger. You understand? I've been in a third world country before, born and raised in one. The third world hunger is different from the, people say I'm hungry, but bro, you got stuff in your fridge, you have a fridge, you have a house. You know, there's a different meaning of hunger, a different meaning to people, you know. So yeah, it's hard to describe, man, you know.
Just tell me a little bit about that hustle of selling Fanta bottles, just so somebody can understand it in this day and age.
It was a good hustle, bro. It was a good hustle. I think it was like $2 for each bottle. So you go around and search trash cans, bins, rubbish sites, stores. Sometimes you go to the stores and steal them, to be honest, because they have crates of them outside. Just if you can get a crate, you're up. You can make $200 quickly or whatever. So it was a good hustle. You know, it took me a long time to cut onto it because the older kids didn't tell me about it. But it was a good hustle because I think the Fanta bottle wanted the bottles back to recycle them. So it was a good hustle. I made some money from it.
You know, learn to survive. And if people didn't know you, you might come across as somebody that's maybe hard to approach or hard-nosed, etc. But I read a quote from you where you said your mum's your biggest hero and she's the strongest woman that you know. And that reveals that you're soft in the heart. You know
what? I've always been helping people. Even when I first started boxing, I started signing guys and helping guys. Some of these guys I took on had no career going nowhere, and look where they are now. But you know, my mom's a G. My mom raised like 12 kids with nothing, bro. Working 3 jobs, you know. My mom left some of us in Jamaica to go to England. You know how hard it is to leave like a young baby behind, a young children behind. You know, my mom lived for her children. My mom lived for, even now, I go to my mom's house. She's like, let me make it. I'm like, Mom, relax. I'll go there, I'll wash the dishes and clean up and make my mom food. But my mom lived for her kids, you know. So imagine working 3 jobs. Nurse, dinner lady, and cleaning lady. It's like, and then she would always come home to check on us, to make sure we was good and make sure, because there were 6 boys, make sure we didn't kill each other, you know. My sisters could fight as well. So make sure we didn't kill each other. So my mom, you know, man, it's like it's something emotional. When I talk about it, you know, I feel like crying that, you know, that a woman been put in a situation like that she has to be so strong. You know, your mother becomes your mother, your father, your grandmother, your mother becomes everything, you know what I mean? And I saw that early, so I started working early, I started hustling early to help my mom pay for stuff, you know what I mean? And to help her, I used to work and give her money and stuff, and, you know, I used to hustle and give her money and stuff like that. So, you know, my mom's someone special, man, you know. I always pray to meet a woman just like my mother, you know.
Looking at your mum, I saw some video footage. You've got your mum's genetics because she looks exactly like yourself. She's obviously deep into her faith as well, from what I've seen. You know, how much of that has she instilled in you?
Yeah, you know, but I don't like to, you know, a lot of people, because they come to Saudi Arabia and they like to go on, oh, you're Muslim, this and that. I don't like to go on about it, you know. My faith is between me and God. It's not between me and no one else, you know. So a lot of people, all of a sudden, because they come to Saudi Arabia, oh, no, I'm a Muslim and this and the other. But, bro, 10 years ago, you weren't saying you was a Muslim and stuff and the other. But now, because of Saudi and the people here and Turkey and stuff, now all of a sudden, oh, you're this. No, your faith should be between you and God. So I just do my thing. I don't go on about this and go on about that. You know, obviously, you know, my mother raised us. You know, my family's mixed. It's half Christian, half Muslim. You know what I mean? Obviously. So, you know, I raised learning both ways, and, you know, obviously, but, you know, I was to the faith and the deen, you know what I mean? But I don't like to go on about it. I just, you know, some people, it makes me angry when you see some people, because there's something here that they want, they start saying, oh, I'm a Muslim, this and the other. Bro, that's not right, you know? Only thing important is you and God know what you are. That's it.
2 more questions. You just did the face-off with Moses. Anything that stuck out to you from him?
No, he's pretty calm, pretty chilled, and that's why he boxes. It seems like he's a pretty calm guy, almost zombie-like, but you have good reactions, you know, obviously. I don't know, it's something that they worked and psychologically probably doing some sort of psychotherapy or something or whatever. You never know. Maybe he's a naturally calm guy, but he can fight. He's very reactive. He starts fast and he's explosive. So I don't really buy too much into seeing people and listening to people, because you never know what fights people get for. And he's gonna be up for this fight, you know?
Last question, what's the headline on Sunday morning?
You know, God willing, I'll be a victor, man. God willing, you know. All grace be to God, man. You know.
Give me Whyte, pleasure. Thanks, bro. Thank you, brother.
Respect isn't given, it's earned in blood.
Undisputed, the Mexican Monster Pack out now.